Hi there, my name's Ella. I'm going to be doing this final reflection over a video just because I want to continue to improve my communication. And so I am recording this on TikTok. I will likely upload it through YouTube just because I know how to edit and add little captions and stuff using TikTok versus YouTube. It's a lot less complicated in my opinion. So that's the format I am choosing. So I'll try to put the questions up here and then I will reflect verbally on each of the prompts. I know that in the outline it tells me to explain 4 skills and strengths and then 4 areas of improvement. I'm going to first go through the questions, which I feel like does cover those areas, but I will also do a little recap at the end just to make sure that we cover all that. So let's begin. So the first question asks, what unique attributes will I bring from outside of OT to my fieldwork experiences that help me develop rapport with patients and clients? So I've mentioned in previous modules that I have no healthcare experience. However, I have been a coach for a couple years. I coach high school tennis, but I've also worked with elementary and middle schoolers. And then I've also been a barista for almost 6 years. So developing those customer service skills and knowing how to talk to anyone, whether they're in a rush, happy, sad, you kind of see little of everything under the sun. So I know how to multitask. I know how to talk to multiple different people. And then for coaching, I know how to be encouraging. I know how to work with different learning styles, and I know a lot about last minute changes. There would be times where I will have a written lineup and then someone is sick or something like that, learning how to improv on the spot for that without changing the quality of services. So I think these are very valuable skills that I can bring into the OT skill because we're going to be encountering a lot of different people, a lot of different learning types, a lot of different backgrounds, and so learning how to be flexible. I'm still continuing to grow in a professional field and mindset in this area, but I think a lot of my current skills can definitely be adjusted and adapted into the OT framework. So the next question asks, what do I know about my learning style that's an asset, and what about my learning style could cause challenges? I'm very hands-on when it comes to learning, which is perfect because OTA is a lot of hands-on working with the clients, so I can help teach clients in a similar manner that I learn a certain skill. But the only way I can find that to be challenging is with all the different circumstances, all the different clients. I'm not always going to have something modeled for me, and so just learning how to adapt. If I've been verbally told, this is how you're going to be able to run this assessment or something, if I'm not able to do it physically first before handling it with a client, I might be a little nervous, but I will learn to adapt. So this next question asks about what my course instructors say about my skills and developmental areas, and they tell me to provide one strength and one area of improvement. Something I've heard from both my course instructors and the fieldwork educator is that I am prepared. It's very helpful that we have, print these out before we get ready for a meeting. That really helps me. But I'm also just the type that if I'm about to enter a place or do something that's new to me, I like to look ahead, see what to expect, so that kind of helps me become prepared in these situations. My area of improvement that my fieldwork educator wrote in my evaluation is to continue to learn about different psychosocial settings, and just learning to get comfortable and becoming a little more confident in those areas. Some of these areas of development are just stuff that I won't be able to improve until I'm actually immersed in it and just have a little more experience with it. So that was just something that was noted because this fieldwork was psychosocial related. So we got to deal with one case study, but just continuing to educate myself in other areas so that there's no surprises when I encounter it as a practitioner someday. Question 4 asks, when my course instructor or others give me constructive feedback, how do I respond? I take it as a chance to grow. This is called professional development for a reason. Developing doesn't mean that we're going to be perfect right away. This is a brand new field for me, and so I want to take any criticism as an opportunity to grow and develop and become more confident as a future practitioner. That's one of my biggest goals, is being confident in what I'm doing. And so I want to be able to grow into that professional mindset, and in order to do so, I want to take any constructive feedback as a chance to grow. This next one's a fun one. This is talking about in what areas have I received constructive feedback from school instructors or work supervisors that I've not yet changed. I sometimes mix up the O and the A's when it comes to SOAPs notes. I know that in our future courses we're going to go more into that, so I'm not too concerned about it. I'm good at identifying it, but when it comes to like writing it from scratch, it can get a little difficult. And then when it comes to specifically like school classes, I'm still working on APA. I transferred from a school that did MLA, so I definitely get points docked more often than not. On my APA citations, I do reference the list. There's just sometimes things that I forget. It's not from a lack of trying, but the outcomes have not changed yet, even with efforts. So for this next one, I'm going to kind of answer 6 and 7 at the same time, because it's describing one area where I've received positive feedback and how it will impact me in the work field and an area of growth. And so they're kind of hand in hand. So what my fieldwork educator handed out is that I'm able to engage with others very well, whether I've known them for a long time or for a little bit, which I'm happy to hear. I'm personally an introvert, but I've learned to become very social throughout the years. I like to thank customer service for that, but I want people to feel comfortable. I want them to feel like they belong. I want them to feel like not awkward. I know it can be intimidating being in a new setting where you don't really know people, you don't really know what's going on, and so I hope to bring a positive and encouraging environment with whoever I'm interacting with. That being said, so I mean, that will be good as I'm entering new fields and stuff, getting to new people and build these different relationships with my classmates, my future coworkers, and whoever I'm with. However, the area that I need to grow on is learning how to kind of code switch or change the way I talk. I need to learn how to talk a little more professionally, and then be able to adapt for different age levels or cognitive abilities. I want to be able to make sure that when I communicate, nothing's coming across confusing, whether I'm talking too fast or too slow, or just using too big a vocab for people that are too young, or vice versa. And so that is an area of improvement for me as well. This will be very important, especially as I continue to work with different demographics as a future practitioner, just being able to read the situation and be able to adjust accordingly, especially with my language. I've done a lot of talking here, so just to kind of outline, these are the 4 areas of strength, the 4 areas of improvement. There's a couple more verbally mentioned, but these are the ones that I really wanted to highlight because I feel like these are the most prevalent in most of the questions I've answered. So yeah, I'm gonna let that pause for 2 seconds. There we go. So this final question asks about how will I continue to develop cultural humility as I begin my level 2 fieldwork experience. I think between now and level 2 we have a couple months. My volunteer activity was with Special Olympics and also working with Young Life, and I signed up to be a part of their program as a volunteer, and so I want to continue to get involved with them and also just find other community events to get involved with. I know there's also different seminars I can attend to just further expand my knowledge when it comes to the OTA field, but also just continue to understand the needs in my own community and just exposure. I think exposure to all these things is a wonderful way to grow in that cultural humility. So thank you for listening. I hope this uploads all right. Let me know if you have any issues viewing this, and thank you for taking your time to work with me this semester. I really appreciate it.